Hey there everyone, let's take a look at the R97 SMG. Best class and how best to get your generation challenges with it. Let's get started. The R97 deals a maximum damage of 40 and a minimum damage of 30 versus pilots. Its drop-off starts at 16.38 meters and its drop-off ends at 21.91 meters. This means that within your effective range, it's going to be a 5-shot kill with the R97. So the main difference between the R97 and the CAR SMG is that the R97 comes with a larger stock clip, a larger rate of fire, but it takes one extra bullet to kill, and it has less range than the CAR SMG. With the way that the R97's damage is proportioned out, you're going to be doing exactly 200 damage in 5 bullets. This means that if you are anywhere outside the range at which you're doing maximum damage, even if you're a tenth of a meter outside, your shots to kill is going to increase from 5 to 6 unless one of your bullets is a headshot. Now, since this weapon is an SMG, its very nature is that it wants to be used in close quarters combat. So what better way to use it than on defense? So in capture the flag defensive kind of situations, or in hardpoint defensive kind of situations. In this video here, you can see me monitoring B point and just trying to hold it down for my team while everyone else works on A and C. So we have to use this weapon at close range. We've got to be right up next to our opponents. We've got to be going nuts trying to stay alive, try to keep mobile, just make it so we're extremely hard to hit and keep our aim on our opponents. So the best way I found to do this is with Stim. Some people may argue that run and gun kit may be a good kit, but I don't necessarily think so, just because strafing in this game very quickly left and right is extremely confusing. Your entire body shifts quite a bit when you strafe from left to right and left to right over and over. So I would actually recommend just keeping a power cell with your stim so you can keep stimming up more frequently. Run and gun kit requires you to be sprinting forward, and that's not really something that we're going to be doing if we're playing defense. We're going to be sticking to corners, trying to stay mobile, running off walls. I don't believe run and gun kit is a good choice for this application. Now, if you wanted to turn your R97 class into a hyper-offensive flag runners style class, then yes, I would definitely recommend the run and gun kit. But for the purposes of this video, where we're talking about hardpoint, and capture the flag defense, power cell all the way for sure. So there's two different sets of ordnance and secondary pilot kit that I'm going to recommend. The first set is going to be arc mines along with guardianship. What this is going to allow you to do is you can call your Titan and just leave him standing outside your hardpoint and give him a chaingun or an arc cannon, and his accuracy is going to be ridiculous, and you're going to do a really good job at killing pilots and defending your point. The arc mines are going to allow you to defend whatever hallway or place that you're not directly looking at, so you can kind of cover all sorts of different avenues all by yourself, or unless you don't consider your Titan being by yourself, but that's beyond the point. You're gonna be covering a lot of space and preventing the enemy from gaining much momentum at all with that first set of loadout. So the second loadout that I'm going to recommend is more of an offensive one. Well, I guess I could say it's more of a hybrid loadout, in that it's going to allow us to play more offense when trying to attack a point that we want to hold, but once we take control of it, then we can start holding it with this loadout. So I'm going to prefer to use satchel charges for your ordnance, and then for your secondary kit, I would go with something like Dead Man's Trigger. So this way, we can run into a point and just throw a bunch of satchels all over the place. If there's enemies there, then we'll blow them up with satchels. If they don't see us, then we don't have to detonate our satchels. We can just pull our gun out and kill them. If they happen to kill us, then Dead Man's Trigger is going to blow up at least one of our satchels, and we're going to be able to kind of clear out the point as we're playing offense on. Scatterfire on paper sounds like it's the superior choice, though, just because it directly decreases your time to kill. To my knowledge, it does not change the damage of individual bullets whatsoever. It just simply increases your fire rate, so that means that you're going to be able to potentially kill enemy pilots faster with it. In my personal experience, I just kind of stink with it with Scatterfire. I don't really perform very well with it, so it's your choice. You know, if you feel like you're good enough with your aim that you can keep it on the target long enough with the increased recoil, then by all means go for it. But I generally find myself missing too much to actually get that kill before I just empty my entire magazine into the wall behind the enemy and end up getting myself killed. Now, when it comes to silencer, if that's kind of your cup of tea to want to stay off the radar, play a little bit more slowly, then by all means, go for it. Just be aware that it's going to take an extra bullet to kill when using it in all ranges. In addition, I would like to recommend against cloak when using the R97. You're going to be playing at very, very close ranges to your opponents while using it, and it just generally does not seem to be very effective unless you're far away from opponents. So for that reason alone, I would recommend that you stick with Stim or active radar pulse when using this weapon. I can't give cloak a pass when you're using such a aggressive close range class. Anyways, in summary, the most important things with the R97, at least in using it and just in your general practice, be sure to strafe left and right, back and forth, back and forth. It makes you extremely hard to target, while it's very easy for you to target your opponents, especially if you're using the weapon's very, very, very solid hip fire. It's no CAR SMG with counterweight, but it's something. It's still very good, and it still performs quite well. So I would definitely recommend, just when you're playing with it, if you engage an enemy and you're in a direct one-on-one kind of gunfight, just strafe left and right, back and forth. Don't even bother aiming down sights. Just keep on hip firing, and more often than not, you'll be able to come out on top. So that'll be all for this guide. I'd like to say thank you again for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Please, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, all that kind of stuff. You guys know the drill. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.